Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at Solo by Richard Corben from DC Comics. Check out this amazing Cyclops on the cover. This series is so cool, very art focused. I love this book. I cannot wait to share it with you. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. All right, so this is a solo series from DC Comics. I forget what year, but they had a ton of major influential comic artists do their own sort of one-shot anthologies where they take on everything mostly. There is a little help from some people, but it's mostly them writing, penciling, inking, coloring, lettering in some cases. So the first issue, I don't know, they aren't numbered, I don't think they're numbered, but they must have come out in some sort of order. I can't believe I missed the boat on this the first time around, but here I am making up for lost time. This is put together by art director Mark Chiarello, at the time an amazing artist himself, unsung hero of DC Comics, especially his during his tenure, doing so many beautiful art projects. This being one of the major ones. I love the logo. It has the CMYK color guide as sort of the influence for its design, which echoes my MFTTV logo. Thank you very much, Sam J. Royal. But that said, I feel like with that design, this is telling you that this is a book about art. And boy, is it. They have these like great negative space white colors to juxtapose against that CMYK logo, and just the simple font of Richard Corben's name. Oh my gosh, I miss the old DC bullet, you guys. Like, why did they change that? Super iconic. I'm thinking, like, I mean, do you remember what they changed it to? I don't know. I feel like it's changing constantly, but like Coke wouldn't change its logo, would they? Or Nike swoosh? Like, yeah, no. Okay, so here we go. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is an early issue because the later ones have more of like an explanation. But if you don't know who Richard Corben is, then I can't help you. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't know who he is, he's like one of the most influential cartoonists. I hate to say underground because he did so many like major company projects, but he just feels underground. I feel like my first exposure to him was like through the heavy metal movie and Den. I had an older brother who was a comic collector and had more mature taste, so he was more into the indie sort of undergrounds, the Robert Crumbs, the Richard Corbins, and exposed me to it. And while I liked it at the time, I did quickly grow to love it, and now, of course, I'm obsessed with it. But I recently did like Corbin's Banner series from Marvel, and Cage coming soon, hopefully. But anyway, so these are anthologies. These are just like little stories. I don't know, they don't really tell the inspiration or whatever. I feel like this opening story is sort of like a horror story in a way. I mean, Richard Corbin is, or maybe a cautionary tale. I don't know. We have Egyptian sarcophagus and tomb here that is like everything you would want from Richard Corbin. The face on this sarcophagus here is just beautiful. Look at all the detailed work. It's so funny because, Richard Corbin is such a great artist and he has this great, I mean, he's sort of an enigma in a lot of ways because he is such a beautiful artist, but then he's such a like smart, just I don't know, like precise cartoonist at the same time, but he's a beautiful painter. Like he's one of the most well-rounded artists. I'm assuming he's coloring this, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. This keeper of the tomb is just like so cool. I love her design and her eye makeup, and we've got the signature Richard Corbin stippling all throughout, and it's just kind of amazing. The storytelling is so good. Richard Corbin's faces are so great. I mean, they're so cartoonish and characteristic, yet steeped in this real world. Like the juxtaposition of that is sort of one of the elements that I think makes Richard Corbin's art so exciting. Because you get these like great, kooky, quirky looking characters with all this great shading on their faces and detail, but then you have like these, you know, gorgeous, like lush, ornate, intricate backgrounds. Oh my gosh, I almost died when I turned the page and saw this panel because I love Anubis. It looks just like my dog when he was a puppy. I used to call him Anubis until his little he started getting his color changed a little bit, so he was like less black all over. But that is so my dog Rocco right there, just so you know. But I love this panel for not just because of that, but look at all the freaking detail and just how like gorgeous the colors are and the way that his lantern is sort of reflecting off the jewels. And then, of course, this gatekeeper turns, they try to rip her off, and she's not your average Kmart security guard. She's actually some old mummy witch or something that is going to kick the shit out of everybody. The story is so cool. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. And then, I don't know, the ending is just so good. Naturally, just don't mess with, artifacts. Don't steal, like, treasures from sacred tombs. Like, if you don't know that by now, I can't help you. Okay, here comes the Cyclops story. I'm so interested in the art on this story. I feel like this is, something, a style that we've definitely seen from Richard Corben before. And it is so cool. Like, I'm just in awe of, like, his painting. Like, in a weird way, it almost seems like computer generated. I don't know, right? I guess like if you were new to Richard Corben's art and you saw this, you would probably think this is like a digital painting, and that sort of is a weird thing to say, because not to take away from his talent or anything, but I think it just shows like the evolution of art and what a talent he was to be able to produce these kind of crazy good results just however he did it. So, I feel like he's kind of one of the artists I don't want to peek behind the curtain. Like, what he does is just so freaking magical. Because I'm obsessed with, like, process and, like, technique and stuff like that as an artist myself. But, sometimes you just don't want to know. And I love this panel for so many reasons. Like, this is the baseball pitch you're not going to get in a Chris Claremont X-Men baseball game. I mean, although I wouldn't mind seeing Colossus pitching like that, but I'll take this. This is fine. But this is just so epic. This has Den vibes. It is so cool. I love this Cyclops so much. I feel like it is like signature Corben. He just clearly loves fantasy and monsters and just like is the master. I don't know, it's so beautiful. The subtlety of having a spear impale you. Now we get a Western called Homecoming, and I have to say, like, this is like, I really love anthologies. Traditionally, they're not great sellers. I don't know why that is. I feel like maybe people feel like they're throwaways or there's not much investment in it. But I think there is such a skill and craftsmanship to being able to tell a fully realized story in like 4 to 6, 8 pages. And I just love it. Like, as an artist myself, like, I've done a few 8 page stories, and I think it's such a great challenge to sort of make everything happen within that space of time. And this one is a doozy. It is like fucked up family revenge and horrible, awful, just what you would expect people who look like they're from the cast of Deliverance to treat each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a Western. I mean, it was brutal back then, right? And look at that panel. I mean, oh my gosh. You talk about, if you watch my channel, I'm obsessed with like negative space and silhouettes. And this, I don't know, it's like, I feel like you can take almost any panel Richard Corben does and give like a dissertation or a lesson on it. But if you took this panel and there's just so much going on here, just like such great composition, storytelling, just like the body language of the guy sitting here, the body language of the guy hanging from the tree, and even the body language of the horse just casually eating while the man swings from the tree. So, I mean, this book is so much weird to say fun after a crazy ending like that. But it just jumps from, century to century, era to era, genre to genre, and just gorgeous. Like, the art is just gorgeous. I mean, look at this face. It's so, like, this is a bold, gorgeous, like, pretty on point face. You know what I mean? It's a departure from his, like noses that take up half the face or big bulgy eyes or just crazy cartoony looking stuff. That is his signature. Although you get that too. I don't know. This is just so great. I love the chainmail. I love the shadowing. I love his missing tooth, and the shine on the gum line is kind of great too. I love these white zombies. White zombie. Um, what's up? What's up, Rob? Or is it White Zombie? What's it called? White Zombie? I don't know. Anyway, I mean, you speak of storytelling and negative space. Like, just look at this. Like, how does his mind work? I don't know. Like, just genius level, right? You can education 101 right here. I mean, do yourself a favor if you're a fan. Even if you're just discovering Richard Corben, then happy birthday because like it's some really truly beautiful art and like I said, just like one of the true masters. I love this panel too. It's like I don't know. Sometimes the coloring can just make it, but as usual, I would absolutely love to see this all in black and white because it's got to be like jaw dropping, and to hold the boards, I can't even imagine. Beautiful, brutal, chaotic, poignant, elegant, like so many words to describe the legend of Richard Corben. I love this too. Like the storytelling on this page is just like, wow. The Spectre. Now this one's kind of interesting. I feel like this is his most what do you call it? Least solo story. It's written by John Arcudi. Jack Morelli's doing the letters. Dave Stewart is doing the colors. And it has the Spectre. And it's interesting because this is a DC book, and some of the solos have like the Diamond Scott one has Superman on the cover. Mike Allred has Wonder Girl, and arguably you don't really need a DC character to sell a Richard Corben book, but I'm surprised they didn't have Spectre on the cover, unless they wanted it to be more of a surprise, which it kind of is in a way, and it's like so cool. Like, come on, a panel like this where he just, I don't know, his brain is out of his head with the glasses just floating in front of it. I mean, that's so amazing. And I love that too. I am the wrath of God and you will be judged. The Spectre, don't fuck around, okay? Great panel there too. Somebody call 911. Yeah, no shit. The Wrath of the Spectre is here. 911 sounds like a good idea right now. Beautiful. The end. I'm so sad it's over. Wasn't this amazing? More solo coming your way. Richard Corben, born in 1940. Rest in power, Richard Corben. I mean, he did die, right? Anyway, love this book. So amazing. Oh, number 2. Okay. So I bet Darwin Cook was number 1. So maybe that'll be next. Anyway, Richard Corben solo, the amazing series from DC. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more soon.